Oakridge Avenue, private roadway. It's had 2 betterment projects performed on it that we've graded and patched over the years, but the road is continued to deteriorate. It's been 17 years, 18 years since the last paving on it as part of the betterment project, and the life of a road is about 15 to 18 years before it has to be repaved, particularly without drainage. So the residents were requested to come in and have a discussion with the board about the maintenance of the road and the status of the road.
My tax rate has increased significantly there since I moved in with the override of the Prop 2.5. We paid $547,578.55 in taxes to the town. And I know we have an issue with the road, and I just wanted to see what the town can do for us on getting this road repaired or repaved.
This is the entrance of Oakridge Ave as it's coming in towards the Mansfield line. A portion of the road, about 200 feet or so, is actually in Mansfield. This road meets no warrants at all for a road that meets standard right-of-ways, which would be a minimum 22, these days it used to be 24 feet of drivable width. Everyone needs to know a public way isn't just everyone voting and say, hey, it's a public way now, the town owns it. It actually has to have a first-order survey done. Unaccepted roads, which is what technically we would call Oakridge Avenue. It's an unaccepted road because it was developed, it didn't meet town standards, and it was never brought to town meeting, what would now be town council, and accepted as a roadway by the town.
I've been a resident for 35 years. We just want to be treated fairly. We pay the same tax rate as everybody else in town, and probably even more because we are on the water. So we're contributing to everything that everybody else in town does, but we don't really have any road maintenance.
In the days in 1954, when there were summer cottages on there and they paid peanuts for taxes, and nobody lived there in the winter, that road could be the way it is. We are all 20 year-round homeowners, and we live there. We need to have a decent road.
We do have a regulation that says, under town bylaws, we can grade and patch, but not improve and plow. That's what the rules are.
Rumor is that the project went over budget, and they gave us a micro layer instead. I don't know if that's hearsay, but that's what we understand happened. And we didn't get a chance to say, you know what, we'll pay a few extra bucks to get that full done. It wasn't done, so we were given something that we weren't aware was in the contract.
I know the project called for, at the completion of the job, temporary pavement and then a mill and overlay of the roadway.
Okay.
It's unclear whether or not that happened. The job definitely ran over in budget. There were a lot of issues there. He said he's got sections of the roadway. If you get sections of the roadway that are thin, it was either a thin overlay or a leveling course, which is another thing that's done.
I think it would be good to revisit all of the different options.
But if you're just paving it, what'd you say, ma'am, there was 93 homes, 98 homes? 98 homes. It would be about 160 grand to pave that entire roadway, to mill out the surface of that roadway and do a legit paving on it, about 160 grand. So it would probably be about, $1,500, $2,000 a house. We wouldn't be paying for it. It'd be something where you guys would all get together and work with a contractor, but we'd facilitate it in as much as we'd spec it out so the contractor would know what he has to do. We have roads that were done in the 90s to early 2000s where the residents are now coming to us saying, why don't you take over this road? And the reason why it's built that way is so the developer can get 35 houses instead of 28. And so the developer makes money, the developer goes away, the residents get stuck with a perpetual problem.
Work with you on this to try to come up with a solution. Mark can, get the stuff together that we need. And if there's funding or something like that, then, if it goes before town council, this board will support it.